Hey guys, it's Alex with Hammond Watch. Here today with a fun Citizen Echo Drive diver. It's the E110-S00012. It's a 42 millimeter dive watch and just maybe a shade over 42 millimeters, kind of depending on where you're measuring at. It's got a very thin profile. Being a solar powered movement, you're able to really keep things petite at 11 millimeters. You have a 20 millimeter lug width, and the lug to lug was a little bit surprising in how tight it was at right at 47 millimeters. It wears fantastic on wrist, and it's one of my favorite divers that Citizen's put out, but I feel like it's relatively unknown. And it is discontinued. You can't find it at gray market dealers or at authorized dealers, but you see them pop up here and there on the used market. You know, I've owned a couple. They always buy and sell between that $50 to $80 range, and I just think it's a great design that Citizen should have hung on to just a little bit longer. The crown is a nice 6.5 millimeters. It's very grippy. You have nice crown guards. Again, I'm not going to take the strap off. The Citizen case backs are all very bland. Light engraving, basic specifications and numbers, comfortable, simple. They don't put a lot into it, and that's completely fine. If that's where you want to save money, by all means, go for it. It's pressed up against my skin anyway. Big fan of the bezel. As you can see here, it's just got these really deep notches cut out all the way through. Incredibly easy to grip. It is a 60 click bezel, meaning you're going to have it pop on every seconds hand, or seconds marker rather, sorry. And as you can see, it actually lines up pretty well with all of them. So, on this lower end of watches, it can be tricky to find things that line up accurately and look good and perform well. Bravo to you, Citizen, for kind of knocking them all out. You just shouldn't have stopped making the watch necessarily. Its motor, it's a Citizen E110M. It's got a 6-month power reserve, just a simple 3-hand and date movement. Cheap to replace, cheap to fix. Exactly what you want in a watch like this that, for all intensive purposes, it is really meant to be your beater. It's got this waffling pattern throughout. Citizen uses a lot of patterns on dials to disguise their solar panels. Most of the time it works, sometimes it doesn't. I think this time it's incredibly well executed. A huge fan. It adds a lot of interest. The printing of Echo Drive and water resistance is crisp. Sometimes I see in companies getting a little tricky with their dials that you get a little inconsistency with the printing and the application of things. Not on this guy. Applied indices, the loom. I'm sure it was great once upon a time. Being a little bit older now, the watch loom has faded a tiny bit. Still legible, certainly still works. It's just not at the level where it's, competing with Seiko anymore. I could have done without this Cyclops. It's a little oversized for how much magnification it produces. I do like that they framed the date wheel or date window. But aside from that, if this is removed and then maybe you expand the width of those numerals and get rid of that framing, it's going to work just as well, or you could just as easy do away with all of it and make it more of kind of a true dive watch. So as you can see what I meant about the loom fading out a little bit, it's very much legible. I'm not in a completely blacked out room. You can still see everything well. This pip has been replaced. These tend to fall out quite a bit, but when this watch was originally released, everything was blue. So if you're looking for something completely 100% original, check the loom. But at this price point, I doubt that you're going to be splitting hairs quite that much. Something I didn't touch on is the factory bracelet. Nothing wrong with it. Solid push links. It does have pressed metal clasp like you'd expect at the price point. It's a double pusher deployant with the fold over. I will say it does have solid end links. So, bravo to Citizen for at least taking that step. But all things considered, it's not bad, but I think it's a lot better suited where I have it on the Perlon now, and just more of a fun kind of slap it on and run around and forget you're wearing it type of watch. So you're in that plus or minus 15 seconds a month, like you're going to get on most Citizen movements, which is incredible. When your watch is talking about seconds over a month, it's certainly a testament to the work that's gone into it. And yes, it's a quartz watch, but at the end of the day, I think it's completely reasonable to have a few of these in your collection. Just as kind of set it and forget it watches that, maybe it's, your winder got unplugged, or all of your watches are dead, or you're on vacation and you just want something that you can pick up, throw on, and not worry about. And I think that this provides a great opportunity for a watch like that for the around $60-$70, especially with the 200 meters water resistance. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I know I try to find these oddball watches that don't get a lot of play. I hope you guys enjoy them. If you're not already, go ahead and subscribe. Also, give us a thumbs up. Those really help out the channel's analytics and help things grow. I'm also going to throw a couple of videos up on the side. Have a look. Let me know what you like, what you don't, what you want to see in the future. And I'll see you guys in the next one.